Hey guys, welcome to tonight's BB Can 7 chat.
It's episode 22.
Whoa!
Wow, last time Adam nominated Esty and Damien for the 1 millionth time.
Yeah, isn't it Damien's like 4th time on the block and
He's
Esty's
block
3rd?
star.
So they're pretty popular up there.
Well, there is a fake backdoor plan to get Mark out.
Oh my goodness. When are these people gonna like figure out the pretty boys? Cause I'm so
I don't know. What are we gonna do if Damien wins the veto? We might have to actually put up Mark.
Yeah, because Damien is the actual target this week. So then if the veto is used, Adam's gonna look like an idiot
if he doesn't follow his own storyline.
Yeah, storylines, guys.
So, you know what? Absolutely nothing is going to come of it, though, because they have the votes to keep Mark. Or do they?
The thing is, though, that they want to make sure that if Damien is safe and Esty becomes the new target, that Dane is going to be able to still have Esty's jury vote. So, it's a little trickier, a little more complicated.
Kind of hard when you live in Wienertown.
I know, right?
Alright, so Damien's got a girl back home. And they've been apart for up to a year in the past. But that's with like Skype and, you know, phone sex or whatever.
What? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that they had hockey in Australia.
Why wouldn't they? They have winter.
I know, but I don't know. I didn't think of it.
Well, they do.
Interesting.
I'm sure they have hockey pretty much everywhere.
I guess.
Alright, well, we also have another little conundrum happening. If Dane wins the veto, will he use it on Esty?
He is really gonna be in the doghouse with Esty if he does not use the veto on her, but at the same time, it's gonna force Adam to make a move that he doesn't necessarily want to or need to.
Right.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the veto here.
Exactly. So guess what? Kira's still here. I didn't know. The show is not exactly how they expected it to be. They thought they were gonna waltz in and just like have their people, and
I don't think Kira expected to be so emotional.
Alright, well,
and they also didn't show what led up to this like solitary moment in in the storage
reflective moment,
because Kira was upset that everybody was laughing about their fight with Anthony when he was like, Kira! And Kira was like, it was only a day ago, and everybody's laughing about it, and it validates what he says. So,
well, they
was pretty upset about that.
Only human.
It's true.
And pretty proud of being in the top 7, even if they are just a goat.
Good for you. Alright.
Do you think they realize they're a goat?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Kira is planning on getting dragged to the end.
Okay.
For sure.
Alright, so how much did you enjoy watching Damien play the chair drums?
It was one of the highlights of the week, truly.
You know what? I knew how good he was when they had the intro videos and he was actually playing a real drum set.
Yeah,
I was like,
he's
whoa,
really
he's
talented.
really talented. Yeah.
Really talented.
Yeah, so he even makes chairs sound good.
Yeah. I was saying in the spoilers, he should be in Stomp.
Yeah, he should be, right?
he's Stomp quality.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's time to pick players for the veto.
Okay.
Obviously, Damien and Esty are playing.
There are only 2 people who aren't playing this week.
Right.
Adam, the HOH.
Right.
And
Anthony.
Yeah.
So he's the host.
So, I mean, it's looking pretty good for one of the pretty boys, either Dane or Mark, to win this, right? Because Kira's not pretty... Well, if it's a mental thing. Kira hasn't been good in comps. Esty hasn't been good in comps. Damien has not been good in comps. So, you know, one of them could win it.
Alright, well, Mark's gotta cover all his bases. So he is chatting up Kira, and he's trying to get Kira on his side.
I think Mark would definitely like to see Kira make it to the end. I think that is a possibility that he would even take Kira to like the final 2. because Mark is going in for the kill. He wants to win this thing, and I think he realizes where he stands within the Pretty Boys.
The only way he could win would be against Kira. Or possibly SD.
Maybe, what about Anthony?
I think Anthony would win against Mark.
He's a good talker.
Yeah. Alright, so was he actually successful? Yes, I think he was.
It seems like Kira was swayed by what Mark was saying. Like, you gotta get rid of SD because you can't really trust her.
Which just goes to show you there's a bunch of dummies in this house.
Alright.
Alright, so Anthony and Mark have a little chat, and Anthony is not too happy with Adam and Dane right now.
This is showing some of the many cracks within the Pretty Boys alliance.
He thinks they're snakes. He doesn't want them in the final two. Neither of them.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, look at the resumes that Dane and Adam have compared to Mark and Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like...
What about Mark Anthony?
I know, right? I feel like Adam and Dane are more likely to keep the group together because they know that they can beat those guys. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, we're going to, you know, go for the legacy, have the 4 Pretty Boys in the final 4.
Yep.
Whereas Anthony and Mark know that they're going to have a much harder time beating those other guys. So they're like, we're going to get to the end however we can.
They would actually have a much harder time in the end also beating them in the final 2.
Oh yeah, in those last competitions and in the final vote.
In the vote.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So he tells Mark, I want you and me in the final 2. And he says, I do. They're now big brother married.
Yeah, right?
Alright, so Adam tells Dane, bruh, you should not win this veto.
Right? Because that's going to put Dane in a pretty awkward position if he's got to choose if he's going to use it on SD or leave it the same.
Well, it's going to put Adam in an awkward position too because he's got this fake backdoor of Mark and he doesn't want to go through with it.
Do you think that Dane would have used the veto if he had won?
Yes.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would have been like, tough, you're putting Mark up.
Right.
That's how it is.
Yeah, because he would say if it was Sam, you would have used it, so I'm using it on SD. So it's time for the POV comp.
Oh wait, but also Adam was like, ooh, maybe we should just backdoor Mark for real.
Oh yeah.
And at first we were like, and then we were like, oh, they're never actually gonna do that.
No.
That would be too exciting.
I just hope like tonight that there is some sort of shakeup in the house and...
Don't hold your breath. Alright, let's talk about this power veto competition.
It was like Snow White in the mine shaft, you know, with the dwarves.
I was thinking of, or Donkey Kong, or what's that other one where there's like a...
Shrek?
Possibly, I can't remember. Yeah. So this was like a double puzzle competition.
Yeah. So the first puzzle was your broken track. You have to fix your broken track to actually get your minecart across the track and back to collect nugget puzzle pieces, one at a time. So every time you transport a puzzle piece, it's got to fit in the puzzle, or your ass has to go back and get another piece that might fit. That's a lot of pulling yourself across the track with a rope.
I wonder how heavy the cart was.
I don't think it was...
probably not too bad, right? But I mean, you are pulling your own body weight, so...
Yeah, but it's on wheels.
Yeah, but still, it's, you know, it's a lot of arm work.
I think it's just a lot of arm work to go fast, and probably the rope was probably irritating your hands too. I don't think they were wearing gloves.
I don't remember if they were wearing gloves.
I don't think they were. So, Damien sucks at puzzles. He hasn't won anything yet this season.
Yeah.
And he knows that his ass is on the line. He knows he's going home unless he wins this veto.
Well, does he know that? Because everybody's under the impression that Mark is the target. But he doesn't want to leave it up to chance.
Right.
You know?
Dane is just throwing it. Not obviously, but he's throwing it.
Yeah, he's not totally tanking.
He doesn't want to win it. So, Damien finished his track first, and I believe Mark finished his second, and then possibly Kira.
Kira fell out of their cart. Oh, it was so sad.
That just made me feel really sad.
It was really sad.
But then, Kira took the lead.
What?
They were racking up puzzle pieces, and Kira and Damien were pretty much neck and neck until Kira got a wrong puzzle piece. And that really set them back.
They kind of fell behind after that.
Yeah, they fell behind after that. And freaking Mark sucked ass. I don't know if he had more than 2 or 3 puzzle pieces.
Once he got to those nuggets, he was freaking blowing it.
As a joke. Just kidding. Damien powered through and won the POV.
Whoa, first comp win. What a time to do it.
He really needed it. He did it for his girl, M.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
That's nice.
Alright, so poor dumb Esty thinks that she's safe for another week. So she's just celebrating along with Damien.
Esty's like, what? Now Mark can go up on the block. The plan will, you know, follow through.
Mark has less allies in the house than I do.
Come on, Esty. It's painful to watch. It really is.
So Adam has to put up Mark, right? And in order for the plan to work, he's going to have to convince Kira not to vote out Mark.
Right, because again, they're trying to allow Dane to still give Esty that sympathy vote and make sure he doesn't lose her jury vote. So they're like, all right, let's make this work. We're going to get Kira to vote with us. It'll be all good.
Well, this is also sad, but let's have some fun with Esty's hair. They were taking turns wearing it. You know, like when you have a little kid and you put your hair over their head and it's like, oh. I
have to, okay, who do you think wore it the best?
I'm gonna go with Dane.
I thought it looked nice on Anthony.
Yeah, I guess
feel like
so,
he could have rocked it. He had like a surfer vibe going. I thought it worked for him.
And he was the only one who didn't want to do it. They had to really beg him to do it.
I thought it looked really nice on him.
Okay, maybe he should consider growing his hair out.
Right?
Well, it's time for a pretty boy meeting.
Okay.
It's not so pretty because Mark wants Dane to go up on the block.
Mark is trying so hard to avoid the block. He's like, you know who should go up? Now you're gonna hate this, but it should be Dane.
It was actually a pretty good plan if you were Dane because he would avoid having to vote out Esty.
Right, but is it guaranteed that Dane would be safe? We know that Anthony and Mark are like chomping at the bit to break up the pretty boys.
Yeah.
So like, do you think they would strike with that opportunity or would they just go through with the plan and get rid of Esty?
I don't know. I think maybe they want the legacy.
I don't know. But at first, Dean was all on board with this. He's like, yes, that's perfect. You know, I'll still be cool with Esty. Let's do it. Put me up. And Adam's like, really?
Well, at first he was going along with it. Then Kira joins them in the meeting and they offer them the top 5 position, which they readily accept.
Which is hilarious because there's only 7 people left right now. Really? A top 5 deal? There were so many red flags around this situation that Kira was just either not noticing or ignoring.
Well, Damien actually walked in on the group fist bump and did not notice a damn thing.
What is going on in this house?
He also didn't notice Mark and Dane doing it in the toilet locker.
Yeah, because they were like hiding out.
Yeah, both of them in the toilet at the same time.
Guess so.
Alright, well.
Well, I just want to say too, Adam basically told Damien, plan's still the plan, Mark is going.
Okay.
Alright.
Dane tells his dad that he doesn't want to go up on the block.
He's having second thoughts.
And then Dane tells Kira he doesn't want to go up on the block. And then they go and tell Adam that Dane doesn't want to go up on the block. So
and Adam's
guess
like,
what?
yeah, I don't want to put you up. I'm going to put Mark up.
So Dane's not going up on the block. And a new final deal baby is born. And that is Adam, Kira, and Dane.
I don't think they showed the full context of this. Dane actually told Mark and Anthony about this ahead of time. And he was like, yeah, I want us to offer Kira this final 3 deal so that they won't suspect that we've got this 4-person guy alliance going and Kira will feel more comfortable working with us. So that's what that was all about. But who knows if they're actually going to try and make that happen and bring Kira along to the end.
I think it's a possibility.
We'll find out.
Because well, you know what? They were saying after Final 4 it's game on, but maybe they'll start cutting sooner. That would be the smart thing to do.
People are going to start getting real money hungry after that double eviction.
That's true. So it's time for the POV ceremony, and obviously Damien is using it on himself.
Why was Esty so shocked? She was like, come on, what?
Because she's clueless.
Alright, well anyway.
Mark is the fake replacement. Have a seat, my friend.
So that means
Act
it's
pouty.
Mark and Esty up on the block.
Do you think Mark was acting pouty, or do you think he actually was?
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think so. So,
I mean, you never want to go up on the block, even if you're just a pawn.
Esty is completely clueless. It's so sad to watch. It just tears my heart out.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's a double eviction, so hopefully at least one pretty boy will go.
That'd be exciting.
That would be very exciting. I would be there for that.
Yeah, let us know what you guys are hoping for in the comments.
And until tomorrow, much love.